Greetings, everyone. In my last tutorial, I showed you how to create a group that held prospects. But let's make an assumption here. Let's make an assumption that most of your contacts that are prospects, the way you work with them predominantly going forward is by sending them an email. So what I want you to observe is down below, we have some contacts where they don't have an email. And I think this is an important aspect of working with Inside Act. Sometimes it's not always what is, it's what isn't. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click on prospects. It was already selected. I'm going to right click and I'm going to go duplicate. So what I'm doing here is because I've already created a group with prospects, I don't want to have to go through all those steps again. So I'm just going to click on OK. And now I have a new group here. So at this point, I'm going to just change the number to 4. I'm going to say prospects without email. Because don't you think it's important to know or find all the prospects without an email so you can go in and try to find the email? A lot of times people have the email address. They might have it in their email program, but they haven't put it in Act. So at this point, I'm going to come down and click on Add Remove Contacts. You'll see this group membership rule or criteria was created and it came over when I copied the group to create a new one. I'm going to click on Edit Criteria. And at this point in time, I'm going to create a second criteria here. I'm going to say the email address. Oop, that's permission. Let's get back up to email address right here. Email, and it's e-mail. And I'm going to come here and say does not contain data. In other words, it's blank. So now what's going to happen is when I add this to the list and click on Preview, the criteria is it's going to show me all the prospects that have an email address. I'm sorry, I misspoke. All the prospects that don't have an email address. Now, a potential task is to make sure that I get an email address for all these contacts. So I'm going to click OK. I'm going to click OK again. And now these are all the people I have to go and find an email address for. So again, what's the point of having a prospect if you're primarily emailing them, if you don't have an email address? What good are they doing you? Obviously, you're going to have to go call them to get their email address or see if you have it elsewhere. So sometimes when I'm working with groups, I try to get people to think about things that are and things that are not. And that's very important. So this is a good group to have. I could have also said, okay, let's create a group of prospects with email so that I could always react to them. Okay, I could send them an email or stay on top of it. But we'll see that in a couple seconds and how I'd work with that as well. That's a simple example of how to change the criteria slightly to give you the information that's relevant to you and put it right in front of you. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate your time. Bye now.